That's the doorbell at Jimmy's house. Now, when you come to my house, my doorbell sounds like this.
Hey, welcome to the People's Weekly. I got a terrible delay all of a sudden. Everything was working good. Now I have a delay, but okay. I don't know if anyone else is getting this delay or not. Glenn, how are you? Are you getting the delay?
I am not getting the delay.
Okay. That's really weird. Hey, Celeb Scolder, are you hearing a delay? Does the music sound like the snares going twice? You know, it didn't start till I opened up Twitch.
Well, that's a clue, I think.
No delay on Twitch. Sorry about the music going up and down like that. So I guess we're okay. I guess for some reason, when I open up Twitch, I get a crazy delay. I'm going to do something real quick. Hopefully everything doesn't get screwed up.
Well, if it's only happening as soon as Twitch is running, then obviously you're getting a feedback from it.
I think my monitoring device has doubled everything here. Check, check. Let me see something.
That's the doorbell at Jimmy's house.
Nope, I still heard the delay. So yeah, that didn't fix it.
Wow.
Oh well, let's stop boring the people and get on with the awesome show we have prepared for them today.
People's Radio United.
Which comprises of the newest episodes of Everything is Broken.
And may the 4th be with you all today.
That's the excuse, yeah. That works.
Yeah, Glenn, just something. Someday, when we both have time, we're going to have to try this with Twitch running and see if I could fix this issue. Because it's really annoying for me.
Oh, man.
So anyway, what's up, Celeb? He said, what's up, Tim and Glenn?
I am smack dab in the middle of the biggest infection rate in all of North America.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. We're number one.
You knew it was coming last week. You talked about it.
Yep.
I wonder if the tweet went up for the show. I'm going to look for that now. Live podcast. It sure did. Wow. Everything's working and nothing's working all at the same time.
See, now, if you would have looked at the chat on Skype, you would have saw that you knew the tweet was up. But, yeah, whatever.
Oh. Judith Poe is in the chat. Hello, Judith Poe. How are you?
Oh my goodness, somebody sent me a tweet and it's got a name in it that it seems really weird to somebody be sending me this name while we're doing this show. And the person, well, there's two people named in this tweet. One of them is Corey Lewandowski and the other one is Dr. Sebastian Gorka.
Yeah, I could tell you about this show earlier that I heard at work, but let's do that in a minute. Because we were just talking about something before this show, was Isaiah Brown. One of the newer police murders that we're finding out about, seeing body cam footage from. And for anyone who doesn't know about Isaiah Brown, so this is the story, I guess. His car broke down or something. A cop gave him a ride home. Being a good guy or whatever, a good cop, quote unquote, gave the guy a ride home. So I don't know what led to him going back to get his car or trying to fix it or do whatever he's doing with his car, because it's his car. Something happened and the police were called. The same cop that just dropped him off gets dispatched over there. The cat, Isaiah Brown, had his phone to his ear, talking on his phone. The cop says on the video, he's got a gun to his head. And then the cop unloads probably a whole clip maybe into him, 8 to 10 shots, I don't know. Because he thought he was going to shoot himself in the head, the cop said, no, let me do this for you. That never makes sense, but this happens far too often. People are suicidal. The cops get over there, and instead of trying to stop them from killing themselves, the cops come and just murder them. In this case, it was just a dude talking on the phone, upset because his car's broke down. But he's black, so possibly he has a gun to his head, right?
This whole thing about, well, yeah, that's another issue. It's a side issue to this, but you mentioned suicide by cop. Yeah, it goes on a lot more than you think, but there's a guaranteed way. Just point your gun at the cop.
Well, here's the thing.
And you'll be dead, okay? So that's one thing.
But we're not talking about suicide by cop in this situation.
No. Just wait.
Okay, sorry.
Like that was, you just brought that up. And I want to say, that's almost a part of how things are now. It ain't going to stop anytime soon. But the other one that will never make sense to me, and this isn't even to what happened yet. This is another step. Anybody who does have a gun to their own head, you will never be able to justify to me, like you said, emptying a clip to what? Prevent that? Like, that is just the most ridiculous thing ever. And then we get to what happened here. It's a fucking phone. So there's just...
And this isn't the first person shot with a phone that the cops mistook for a gun.
Nope. And it's like everything else. There are no consequences. When there are no consequences, it's not going to stop happening. In all likelihood, it will increase.
Yeah,
it's
been increasing.
Well, I'm not a scientist or anything, but Jesus fucking Christ, come on.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that long ago when everybody was saying, well, once we get body cams, shit's going to change. Really? When?
Can I go off on a side note right here, though? This just brought something that's been upsetting me for a while. Not in an angry way, in a confused kind of like, why the hell kind of way. There's a certain person. I like the person. He's a cool dude. Had him on the show before a while back. I see him in the streets a lot. I mean, we're not like best buddies, but I see him, I say hi sometimes. But there's been a couple times in his feed on Instagram or on Twitter where he says, this cop deserves a commendation, I'm going to write him up as a commendation. I believe I've seen it 2 times, and it bothered me both times. The second time I made a stupid remark or something about it, to try to get him to think about it, you know what I mean? Not like, screw you. It was just like, you know, are you joking? Are you kidding? Or, you know, but I know it wasn't.
Yeah.
But imagine if somebody like that was out there and this cop took this guy home. The cop that drove Isaiah Brown home. Let's say somebody out there, or Isaiah Brown himself or whoever, say, you know what? This cop is awesome for doing bare minimum. I'm going to write him a commendation because he gave me a ride home. A couple hours later, the cop just murdered him. You might regret these commendations. And also, if the cop does something wrong, now he's got commendations on there. So it's like, well, he's not all bad.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me, and I wish someone could try to explain the logic behind doing that. Like, if it's to get the cops to be cool with you or like you, that's a dumb reason. We don't need them to like us. We need them to straighten this shit out or just go retire, leave, quit, shut it down.
Yeah, I don't really get that angle. I don't see how it's productive in any way, except maybe for the individual doing it. That's, you know, pretty much the way I see that. But that's the thing. That's anytime.
I mean, this is a person that's been messed up pretty bad and arrested for no reason, and their First Amendment rights been violated by the police on a number of occasions. And you think those same cops might not have done something nice for somebody one day? Possibly. So what? That's their job. Protect and serve. Do you go commend somebody for flipping your burger properly or making you a nice ice cream cone that doesn't drip down right? I mean, come on. And those people aren't going to murder somebody. At least most likely not on the job.
Well, the thing is, anytime a citizen or some kind of fucking civic group or a community want to cite the cops, commend the cops, it's rubber stamp. How fast can we get this out? But if any one of those same groups wants to complain, oh, well, we're going to have to look at this. We'll let you know. You know, it's just so ridiculous. The complete opposite path for comments, positive and negative, for the police. That's just ridiculous. Like, why doesn't anybody see that? It's almost like if anybody who thought that Coca-Cola was the best got all the free airtime they wanted, but if you supported Pepsi, no, we want to see some evidence. We want to go over your data. We'll let you know when we can squeeze you in. It's kind of like the same thing. Because if this is such a great system and they're so horny to pump up what a great job they're doing, what are they so afraid of if there's complaints? Because everybody knows it's just like being over litigious in the courts.
Yeah.
If you bring a couple lawsuits and they get tossed, well, guess what? You already established your pattern. You know, so I mean, it's just so ridiculous, but it just never gets paid attention to. And it's part of the problem. The acceptance is the biggest part of the problem. But, you know, like you've said lots of times. There's so many people that think the cops are okay that have really never had to deal with the cops. They just, have an opinion, and they'll support their opinion with absolutely no data, personal data.
You know what I was thinking about?
That's how they feel.
Yeah. Thank you for your service. But here's what I was thinking. I don't know the answer to this, but it's something like the great scientists of our time could start looking into maybe. If we compiled all the video footage of police brutality, murders, police misconduct, police planting evidence, police falsifying arrest, just every crooked thing they do on video that's caught on video. How many months, years, maybe decades worth of video constantly playing would that be?
Well, it's more every day, too. I mean,
Exactly.
There are,
I don't think you'd get to it all in a year.
Probably not. I mean, like you said, if you had the fire hose for it, all that content.
Yeah. And that's just the stuff caught on video.
Yeah.
Or that we could get access to.
Well, I mean, this is the new game. I mean, here's a whole new source of data. And right from the get-go, ownership. Ownership. And they disguise it as being all privacy motivated. Bullshit. It's who owns it, who controls it. So who's liable and who's not. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about. I mean, sure, we'll create this new source of incontrovertible evidence, but who says you get to use it?
Back to your earlier point about the cop-loving bootlickers, cop suckers, whatever they want to call them. Did you see the video? I might have asked you already. Did you see the video of the sheriff took with his personal body cam and then released it with some woman calling him a murderer and saying, "You're Mexican, you're not going to be white, and you're a Mexican racist." And she's a teacher. He's like, "Good for you," or something. Well, the right-wing people are going crazy over this video. I mean, she probably could have said it a little better, make a little more sense. Thought about what she said, but so what? He's a sheriff. So he's already cool with gang members. He's cool with murderers. She wasn't really lying. Them cats are abusive. And a lot of them that aren't white also believe themselves to be white supremacists or hold those same values. Fascists. Anyway, they're going on and on and on and on about this woman and everything. It's pretty trippy. This cop films some woman while he's on duty and then releases a video to no other than that Bill Milligan or whatever his name is, that clown with all the makeup on, that right-wing fascist Fox News journalist that plagues the streets of LA with his bullshit.
Mitchell.
Yeah. And I'm going to come back to him in a couple minutes when we're done with these cops, because there's another thing I wanted to talk about when we get to Mayday. But here's the thing, people. Police are not a race. Police are not a race. No one is born a cop. It's a fucking job.
A pretty well-paying job.
A very, very, very high-paying job. Man, it's hot today. You know who the true heroes are? The people out here braving through hot weather and COVID restrictions and everything to sell ice cream and cold drinks. And they're not going to murder everybody. Why is nobody saying Baskin Robbins lives matter instead of Blue Lives Matter? Cop is not a job. It's because it's a job. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Ice cream scoopers lives matter. Who the hell would say that? It sounds stupid. Just as stupid as Blue Lives Matter, talking about someone's job makes them a quote unquote race and they matter? No. Saying Blue Lives Matter is saying like mass murdering organizations' lives matter. It's just disgusting, man. Did you see that stupid ass dog the NYPD had? The Boston Robotics or whatever?
Yeah.
What the hell was that all about? They finally returned it after quote unquote public outcry. $96,000 or $90-something thousand to rent it. Taxpayers' money, $90-something thousand to rent this damn dog. If anyone hasn't seen it, look it up. It's a robotic dog. They have a lot of videos with this damn thing in it.
Yeah, what it means is we're ready for some situational awareness training with this thing. We need some data. If you guys want to front the cost for this little project here, then you're like, a level 1 partner. So, I mean, yeah, they can say whatever they want that, we're listening to the people and no, we're not into that. Yeah, bullshit. You don't do anything like this as a one-off. They're getting in on the ground floor. They're the NYPD. They're like the 5th or 6th largest standing army in the whole fucking world.
Here's a thought.
So,
what if Boston Robotics put those dog robots, a lot of them, dozens and dozens in every major city, delivering food, medical supplies, things like that to people who are forced to live on the street 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, helping people get what they need. Why can't robotics ever do good?
Well, there's no revenue in that.
Who cares? They out on the battlefield, they had those stupid mule things walking around with soldiers carrying a bunch of bullshit to kill people with. This dog with the police ain't going to do good. A real dog with the police is an abused animal and they don't do any good. They risk their lives for no reason. Doesn't benefit them in any way. It's disgusting and it's animal abuse. It should be illegal.
Well, I mean, the other factor with automated assistance like this is it's being controlled like everything else. It can be hacked. So
wouldn't that be lovely?
Oh, well, you know what's going to happen. I mean, that could be the theme for DEF CON. Let's hack the fucking cop dog.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's only a matter of time. And like I said, this is just data. This is just a field experiment. Like, everybody, cool your tits. Think about it, for Christ's sake. This is a prototype model. You think this is the one we're going to buy and stick in your face? Are you nuts? We're going to get way more sophisticated.
It's not even weaponized yet.
Exactly. Like, you guys should relax. You ain't seen nothing yet. And again, the whole scenario of Terminator 3 gets more and more in focus.
Yep.
Trust the plan. Trust the plan. So either Judith gave up on us or she won't answer the questions in the chat.
I tried to listen while you were talking. You sounded fine. I couldn't talk because then it would be triple delay or whatever. So I don't know how I sound. It's got to be something with the Twitch because you were on here with me. Everything was fine until the Twitch came on.
Yeah.
Damn you, Twitch. And these people. You know what these people were saying? They were like, you need to be on Twitch. People on Twitch want to hear you too. All 4 of them. Yeah. But now, you know what these people, just like the Twitch people, are saying? You need to be on SoundCloud, guy. Screw you.
There's a million fucking platforms now, man. Anyway.
It's too much. It's too much.
I got an email last week from some pod hub or whatever the fuck they're calling themselves. Never heard of them before. And they're like, hey, we found all your content through Google Podcasts, and we want to put it on our service. It won't cost you anything. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, so that means I won't make anything either.
Glenn, don't respond. That's my phishing scheme. I ask you for your credit card number in the end.
No. It had nothing to do with that. But I just said, it just says, if you don't want us to carry your content, just reply to this email. I'm like, okay. Fuck you. Just forget it, man.
You're gonna get another email saying, so that was a yes?
No, I don't think so. Besides, they're limited in their source material. A lot of it has been taken down by BTR. So, whatever. There's maybe the last maybe 60 episodes, that's it. Plus, I deleted a lot. I mean,
yeah.
I've got a copy of every show I've ever done, and that's the only record that exists.
Oh, that reminds me to all of our, what they call super fans.
In the Vatican?
Yeah, the Vatican. No, I'm gonna be deleting a bunch of shows, but I'm gonna save them, and then eventually I'll find an archive somewhere to put them up, and they'll be on YouTube and wherever else. But on Spreaker, they won't be there eventually because we have so much time on Spreaker, and as the time gets closer, eventually it's gonna start to overlap. So I'm gonna have to take the old ones down. So I was thinking, I think I might just pull anything that has to do with a certain group people down first,
Priorities.
Yeah, I mean, I don't support that group anymore. I'm cool with some people that are still clinging to that for some reason, but yeah. I think it's just what they call beating a dead horse.
Well, that is the opportunity when you have to do house cleaning. You decide what stays and what goes.
Well, that's my logic, is because I could just let it naturally take the last thing down, but the last thing might be something that people might want to hear, and I might say people should hear that. But as far as I'm just going to pull it down.
Yep.
So yeah, that's that.
No, besides, with me, it was, it's my content. I produced it. I will decide what comes down and what stays up, not some fucking algorithm at the host platform.
Yeah. So, we could talk about Mayday and that fiasco. Or, I don't know if we talked about this last week or not. I don't know when it started. But we had this dude, William, who's filmed the Police LA on the show on My Non-Objective Opinion. And I interviewed him, and we talked like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
It's a good show. Listen to it. I'm just not... My mind's still recovering from that dab. So anyway, some people might know this dude was at the protest. William was at the protest. Some protest. I'm not sure. It's in Hollywood, I assume. I could be wrong. But anyway, some white woman is following him around with a camera, snapping pictures, calling him a cop. And he just showed a small clip of this, right? So anyway, he was real pissed off, and he was going off, as he should have been. He was going off on Twitter, and I guess she tried to apologize. And like, I don't accept the apology. You shouldn't be walking around talking shit about things you don't know or whatever. So then today, I was looking, and I guess she's back at protests, snapping pictures of people. And people say, what are the pictures for? And she's all secretive, like it's for my project I'm working on. I can't tell you about it or something. And then he posted pictures from her Instagram. It was like, he's like, not one protest picture, which wasn't true. Wasn't 100% true. There was one picture in this vast Instagram thing that looked like Better Homes and Garden meets Martha Stewart or something. Vintage English crap. I don't know, but there was one picture with the Black Lives Matter sign, a little artsy kind of, no people, just the sign up in the sign. But yeah, I commented, I said, that's the whitest damn Instagram I've ever seen. And I mean that. I've never seen an Instagram whiter than that. I think I sent you pictures. It was that funny.
Yeah, it's not, there's something wrong with the person running that account. That's about the most polite way I can say what I'm thinking. Oxford Karen.
Do you remember a couple years ago there was a protest? It was one of the first times I was ever live streaming. And I got into, I don't know if you probably don't remember, but yeah, I was live streaming and there was a big protest going on. And there was these two people and they were all masked up. Everyone was masked up, but a lot of people came together and all the people were on one side, the cops were on the other side, and these two people were standing on the side with the cops. So I'm like, hey, keep an eye on them cats. Who are they? Anybody know them? Anyone know them? It was like, no, I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are, right? I asked like 5 or 6 of the main people there that know more people than me and all this. Nobody know who these cats are. So I'm like, man, why they were there with the police? You think they police? And I said something like, keep an eye on them today, just see what's up. But what I didn't realize was I was live streaming because I wasn't used to that. So it was like our conversations in the background were going kind of, Them cats heard it, and evidently they wasn't the cops. They were people. I don't know why the hell they were standing over there. I have no idea why they would be standing where they were standing. They weren't filming. They were just standing with the cops. But anyway, yeah. And they were like, how dare you say that? And I was like, oh, shoot. I was just trying to find out who you was. I didn't say you was cops. I said, we're going to watch you. But then I apologized profusely, even publicly. And I said, I'm just learning to live stream. I got to do better. I never made that mistake again or anything even close. So, you know, things happen. But I didn't go over to them like, yeah, you know, whatever, this and that, yeah. You know? It was later on, I talked to them, and then after that, they'd heard the show. Probably because I talked to them. If I didn't talk to them, they would have probably never heard it, you know?
Yeah.
Or seen the live stream. That's when I used to stream on Periscope, so you could just watch it on Twitter whenever on my feed. But so I mean, things happen. Things happen sometimes. Ignorance. That was just totally my fault, and it was ignorance, and it was stupid, and I feel bad now just bringing it up. But things happen. But her thing, I don't know, man. Like any account I have, if you look at it, is pretty militant, and you know what I believe, and I ain't with the BS. I don't know what, you know. It just seems like nowadays your internet accounts is who you are. If you're taking a bunch of booty pictures in the mirror, you're probably a wannabe model who takes booty pictures in the mirror all day. If you're someone that takes a lot of protest pictures, you're probably a protest. If you're a person that takes a lot of video game videos, you're probably a video game player. I don't know. You know what I mean? But that tells you something. People's online presence definitely tells you something about them now. I got an idiot homie that takes pictures with guns and illegal things all day. That's what he do. And you could tell him how stupid that is a million times, but he's still going to do that. And he's not a youngster. He did 10 years already. Get out, taking pictures with guns and dope and everything and money and dumb shit again. And you can't tell him anything.
Well,
you scared.
Okay.
I'm not scared. You scared. I do what I want to do. They're going to get me. They're going to come get me. I don't give a fuck. That's the attitude right there. But oh well. What are you going to say?
Yeah.
The growing ass motherfucker.
That's his choice.
Exactly. But it was not William's choice to be called a cop on a video. See, I brought it full circle. So yeah, there's people out there. There was this woman out there on, we're going to get to May Day right now. Well, let's get to May Day, then I'll bring this up in a minute. May Day was different than usual. They had the unions marching. They did a longer march, I believe, than usual, to support anti-hate against Asian people, I believe, as well as immigrants' rights and everything else they always stand for. So the march came. It was nice. They had dancers. They had a lot of people, maybe 300 people. I got it on video. You can check it out, count. And I'm talking about from when the march got to downtown. I wasn't there at the beginning, so I'm sure they had speeches and stuff like that. The march gets to downtown. They have a few more speeches. Maybe 30, 40 minutes later, everyone kind of disperses. There's supposedly a group of people coming to protest the police specifically. They got some cops out front of the police station in riot gear, but not a lot. I said I'll wait for this group. They took forever. Finally, they got there. And it was my kind of people. They were, you know, telling cops to kill themselves. Like, if you took a gun and a badge off, I'll whip your ass. It was great. They knocked down the little barricade where they could. So, yeah. I mean, that was cool. It was just...
They were for real.
Well, no. They weren't going to do anything.
No,
they're just going to talk shit.
Know, yeah, but
they were too small. There was no way they could have did anything. I'm not saying like they were weak or whatever. I'm just saying that, like, you know, if you're doing something, you're going to get in some shit right there. You're on every camera in the world. This is what brings me back. You're in front of LAPD headquarters. Do you know how many cameras there are out there?
Yeah.
There was mainstream media vans with big cameras there too. I don't think the police and I don't think the mainstream media is really on the people's side in any way.
No, because that's not where the money is.
Okay. It was me and some other dude. I don't know who he was. He could have been some right-wing person. He could have been an independent journalist. He could have been working for a mainstream media company. I don't know who he was. He was some dude with a bigger camera. I didn't pay attention, but he was there. Not with me. He was just filming on one side. I was kind of toward the middle. And there was the mainstream media was on the back and on the other side. Going towards Spring Street, I believe. Or no, maybe it was going toward Broadway or Hill. Anyway. So this woman with the umbrella, I assume she was an anarchist. I could be wrong. But she comes over to me and starts popping the umbrella by my camera. And I have a 360 camera, so it's already on a stick, and the umbrella's just going to look like a little umbrella, and everything else you're going to see. So I didn't even care. I let her do whatever. I didn't even say anything to her. And and then she went over and messed with the other dude. And I always wonder what's up with these people. I've never once seen them go to the mainstream media and block their cameras. They don't go to the police cameras and block them. I've done that. They always want to block the fools that's fighting the police cameras. It just doesn't make sense to me. Everyone has a camera on you. My camera is the one that's going to go off when the shit jumps off. And even if it wasn't, it seems to me the mainstream media and the police cameras would be more of a concern to you than mine. And I would say to you, if that was the case, you should be masked the hell up, and everyone with you should, and be blocking your identity already. Because you're in a public place in front of every damn camera that cops have on that building with drones and everything else. Everyone's phone's live streaming. And you worried about my little camera. You worried about People's Radio United, an anarchist station, anti-fascist station. People there listen to the station. Oddly enough, it seems unbelievable, but they do. It's just ridiculous, man. These people need to really think their positions on shit.
I mean, anytime I just hear about something like that, it's always the same old thing. It's key bono. What are they getting out of this? Why? What is their motivation?
I've had cats that be like, "Can you not shoot me?" And I'll be like, "Yeah," before I even get there. And if it's something going on, like a camp or, something like a meeting or speeches or whatever, I'll ask the cats, is it cool if I film? But when you're on the street, and I'm on the street, and we doing the same thing, and I guarantee you when shit jumps off, I'm the one that's going to be doing more shit than you. I ain't worried about my cameras. Because I'm not going to put myself in jail or prison. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that's just it. I mean, how many white idiots, if they didn't film themselves committing the crime, they probably would have never got caught.
Yeah.
So
now let's get to the police the umbrella thing it's just a pet peeve. It's like, why do these people trip on the cameras of people that's on their side? But they don't trip on the cameras of people that's not on their side. It's just, I think it's performative art in a way. Doing it to look cool or something. I don't know, because it makes no sense. I've shut reporters. You've seen my videos. I made them had to take all the reporters out of the area and leave to go shoot the video because I wouldn't shut up. I wouldn't let that Fox News go live. I've knocked out equipment and everything. I don't even care. I shut down the mainstream media. I'll stand in front of a cop's camera with a flashlight like they do me. I've done it all. I've done it all on video. Scroll my YouTube. If it's a known Nazi, I'll block their camera. A known fascist, a known enemy to the people, I'll block their camera. But just some cat live streaming or filming, even if I don't know who it is, I don't care. It's on the street. It's public. I'm covered up. Or I'm not. But I'm the way I want to be.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready to do anything. I was wearing regular ass clothes. But you know if shit jump off. Camera's off and I'm going to do what I can do. Run to my car, grab my black hoodie and do, you know.
Well, I think that's just it, though. Like you just said, I mean, if someone is out there and they're not acting on behalf of the people, if they're acting either, you know, completely indifferent or obstructive to help the man, then there you go. There's your answer where their fucking motivation is. I mean, how can anybody not be labeled as anti, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to stand out and make everybody question your actions? Oh, just do something like that. Help the cops.
This is what pissed me off, though. Afterwards, the march was the protest was winding down. People were going to the park across the street, and there were some awesome people out there. They were volunteers. I think this woman was running it, or I don't know all the details, but I asked her if she was in charge. She said, yeah. And they gave me a water, but they were giving away free food, really good food, cake pops, whole meals and trays, like every kind of drink, water, supplies. Somebody, I don't know if it was them or someone else, they had a bunch of clothes out for anybody who wanted them in different sizes, all laid out. It was awesome. And they were out there all day. Not asking for money, not asking for even a donation, just free food. Had a bubble machine going. Bubbles were all over. It was a really happy, cool, awesome, amazing thing that some people had done. And so when I came back after this, the lady that I believe was in charge of it was like all upset, looked like she was crying or whatever. And somebody I know was over there, and he was saying, I was like, what happened? He goes, yo, something, just some BS. So I'm not sure what's going on yet. I still don't know the whole story behind that thing, but I'll tell you in a minute what happened, what I know that happened anyway. So anyway, there's this big argument between all these anarchist, socialists, whoever, you know, the younger, inexperienced protesters that think they know everything. And there's this Latina girl out there. She didn't look very old. I mean, at the very oldest, she was like in her late teens, early 20s, maybe less. You know, maybe 17, 16, I don't know. But she's screaming that somebody in this group is a pedophile and a sexual predator, and they need to kick him out, and he's dangerous. And she's pointing the dude out. And I'm asking people, like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Everyone's like, I don't know. So I just asked this other dude, I think I was lied to. I said, is that dude like a pedophile? And they're like, no, I don't think so. I don't know. So I'm like, oh. So then there's some dudes that were ready to fight him, because I'm like, if someone said he's a pedophile that I know, that knows the deal, and I can guarantee is legit, I'm knocking him out. So I'm already kind of walking toward the dude she's pointing out. And then this quote-unquote activist, I've spoke about her on here before. She's one of those people that loves the attention and the camera, and it's all about her. Anyway, she's a black woman. She jumps in kind of in the middle and is like, who's gonna step over to this dude? I'm gonna shoot you. So now she's threatening to kill other brown people. The police are right across the way. They see all this going on. They got smirks on their faces. It looked horrible. So you over here talking all this garbage about the police, this and that, how they murder people, then you gonna come back and threaten to murder somebody. And I'm thinking, do I need to go get heat? I even asked somebody, like, is she going serious? Do I need to go get some heat to protect these other people? Because she's trying to protect a pedophile, maybe, possibly. She didn't even ask a question. Like, let's get to the bottom of this. Let's talk about this. I don't want this person around me if that's the case. Or, let me hear your side, his side, separate. Let me see what's up. That's your person, You don't want those kind of people with you. Later on, I found out it was a pedophile, verified, guaranteed, but they didn't want me to go bullshit, ape shit on a motherfucker, so they lied to me. So, yeah. All in front of the police, directly across the street from all these police that are now having a blast watching these people that can't get along.
Yeah, they got no problem with that, eh?
That's a serious issue, man. That's not something you just be like, I'm going to shoot you if you say it again. Well, I guess it depends what kind of person you are. I've complained about Homegirl before. She does this corporate stuff. Me and my team, they all got the matching shirts. She's the only one that looks different. If there's a camera around, all of a sudden she's looking sad by a candle or looking all charged up with her fist. She's good at posing. She rushed the cameras. And, I give everyone a benefit of the doubt. I tried to see what was up, but, I don't deal with leaders. People that want to lead, people that want to be the center of attention, people that are egomaniacs that kills every movement. It killed Anonymous, dude.
It's human nature.
No. It doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't have to be. But in American popular culture, that's how it is. This is where your society is, man. That's, it all started in the 80s. People want an easy way out. And they all think that they can figure something out that hasn't been already done. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't think that's something that should be protected or tolerated at all. If there's if there's rumors going around, you got to get to the bottom of it. Maybe he's innocent. Well, he's not in this case, from what I'm understanding from pretty valid sources that would probably know, most likely. Like I believe it. But yeah. I don't understand why someone would do that. A woman to another woman. Homegirl was crying, man. She was really upset. It just seems like the wrong way to handle it.
I don't know, man. No idea.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so ridiculous that they did that right in front of the police, man. Homegirl was emotionally charged. If she's the victim or friend or relative of a victim of his, that's understandable. So what do? You don't jump in and try to fight and threaten to kill somebody, take their life over a pedophile. You say, let's get to the bottom of this. You and me, let's go sit down and talk and see what you're talking about. Then you talk to him. And if it ain't adding up, you got to go, homie. It's
Seems
just
simple enough.
I mean, you big and bad. She was scared, dude. Let's be honest. Anybody who's going to say, I'm going to pull a gun when people are trying to fight with you, you're scared.
Yeah.
That's some coward crap, man. That's like, I'm too scared. This little woman might ring my bell, so I'm going to go ahead and get threatened with a blammer. I didn't see a gun. If I had seen a gun, I'd been on my way to my car. Because I know a lot of people there, and nah, you're not going. This is the United States. A lot of us got guns. And when you come to something like that, you thinking there might be Nazis, so sometimes you're extra protected. I mean, I'm the cat that used to have a 357 in my backpack running up on police lines trying to find Nazis back in the day. But what I never did was threaten our own people.
Yeah, that's the difference.
I'm there to protect our people. And I never thought I had to protect our people from somebody that's quote unquote one of our people. A leader amongst our people, she says.
Yeah.
And all this is the importance of being a decentralized person. Because non-affiliation is beautiful, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, people don't get that. Like, I'll support your group as long as your group is doing what you're supposed to do and say you're going to do. The minute something look weird or off, I'm gone. The money ain't going to where it's supposed to go, or somebody just want to be the celebrity, or they want to get into politics all of a sudden. Nah, that ain't what I signed up for.
Well, I mean,
to me, Black Lives Matter is a slogan. It's a slogan a bunch of decentralized people use because they believe that Black lives matter or should matter as much as all the other lives. And until they do, then you can't say all lives matter. So that's what that means to people. And yes, an organization might have came up with the slogan, a 501c or whatever they are, I don't know. But I think most people out there are out there for the meaning, the cause, because they believe that Black people's lives matter and should actually matter and not be murdered by the state at a crazy rate, not be looked down upon in the medical profession, not be treated differently in schools and on the streets,
yeah.
But I don't give a dang about whatever group making money or doing whatever. But here I will say this. I don't know if you've heard this, Glenn, but all the right-wing people, they're all saying, I don't know the woman's name, but one of the founders of the group that created the slogan that the decentralized people now use, lives in some expensive $1-point-something million home in the Valley or whatever. And they were really complaining about this, and somebody brought that up. And I'm going to say this on the air so no one else has to bring it up to me as like a gotcha. First of all, I'm not with the group. And if I was with the group, I'd say the same thing I'm going to say now. So what? Are you complaining about the people that run Goodwill and Salvation Army and all the other ones that are multimillionaires and billionaires and whatever? And we're talking about the Valley in California, A 1 point something million dollar house isn't what you think. It's probably not a mansion. It's probably not even close to a mansion. It's probably a sensible house in a regular ass area where everything is super overpriced. Go complain about all the other 501c organizations where the CEOs and people that founded them and started them and run them are filthy rich. Then come back to somebody that got $1 million house. Some of these people got way bigger houses than that, worth way more money. I don't hear you bitching though.
Well, again, the first thing I ask is who benefits with this person being shit on? You know? What? Like
well, they
you said,
think it's the whole movement.
Exactly. But, you know, why that one when there's so many others to pick from? Oh, man.
You know why it's that one.
I know, but why isn't that the
Because
real
love or hate
topic?
people in the group, they did something big and it's made a difference in some way. So more power to them. But $1 million, even a $2 million house is not some giant thing in these nice neighborhoods, man.
Yeah.
There's houses right around here. Ain't very huge. There's a part condominiums and stuff that are worth 1,200,000. Not even a house. You don't get a yard. This is LA. This is California. If she had a $1 million house somewhere, you know, where it's this giant mansion, or it doesn't seem like that's excessive here. You know, for a person, it should be excessive. It shouldn't. I mean, on the price side, the housing market should never be that high. But somebody living in what I would imagine is a pretty nice average house that cost 1 point something million. So what? So what? Go complain about every group or shut the hell up. It's that simple.
Yeah, but that would require actual, you know, like you couldn't just. You can't just blurt that out and get a reaction and then go to the next story. That's.
But I asked him, did she swindle money? Did she do? No. Some people said, oh, they should have spent all the money on the street, you know, getting shit done. Cool, I agree. That's great. But let's be honest, people start 501cs to make money while they do good.
Yeah. Well, the other question,
I got no issues with that.
No, the other question to ask those people is say, so if the 501c rules weren't there, how much less shit do you think would be getting done? I mean, you know, again, it's America. Sure, I'll help people, but, you know, what's in it for me? It just, you know, it's ingrained. It's expected. Pure charity is, no, that's quotation marks.
Yeah. I'm really wondering if Biden was the reason for the low turnout on May Day this year. Now that America's great again because Biden's in charge and he saved us all. There's no more issues, no more problems, no more racism. Everything's great here now. Maybe that's why people weren't out in the streets.
Well, we said quite a few months ago now that was plan A. Joe's got everything under control. Don't worry about it. Everybody go home, relax, wear your mask, go home. Everything will be fine.
Have you seen the happy Democrats online lately cheering and cheering for the new proposed anti-terrorism laws the Biden regime is proposing? And I think Merrick Garland was out talking about how terrible encryption is, how dangerous it is that people can encrypt their messages or their data.
Oh, wonderful.
And the Democrats are cheering because it's going to bring down the Trumpers. They're the terrorists. They don't understand. Standing Rock happened under Obama. Now they could be called terrorists if it happens now. Burning and looting could be called terrorism now because it's against the current regime. And then, they're not even thinking this far. Let's say they're just Democrats or whatever. You get another Trump in there, let's imagine he takes that law, what could be terrorism? Defined as terrorism. I should have said. These people don't know what they're cheering on. They're too damn stupid to pay attention to history.
Recent history.
Yeah, like the reason they're all saying 9/11.
Unreal.
People were cheering it on then too. Look at where we're at.
Yeah, it hasn't been very long. The memory span has shortened considerably.
It was the same exact thing. Keep us safe from the fascists. Keep us safe from the fascists. Make all the laws and go after the fascists. The fascists then were ISIS. The fascists now are MAGAs. Similar ideologies.
Similar story, yeah.
Yeah. So, give up all your rights, people. Cheer them on as they take whatever, because it's Uncle Joe Biden, right? Auntie Kamala. Idiots, you ain't related to these people, and these people don't even care about you.
But they're better than the Orange Man. It's still, as long as the vaccinations keep happening, I'm amazed what a fight it's going to be to convince enough Americans to actually get a vaccination. That's a whole nother issue. But as long as it's completely changed from what it was in December with shithead, there were no deals for vaccine past December 31st, 2020. None. That's the outgoing administration's due diligence. So, I have no idea what this has cost the U.S. government. But for people who think that vaccination is a priority, you're not in denial about the whole thing. You probably don't care how much it's costing. You're just glad to see it happening. But remember, this is one time that all those people that cry about government has too much power, if Washington didn't have the power to do vaccinations anywhere in the country whenever they wanted to, then it wouldn't be happening, There'd be states like the Dakotas and fucking Montana where there'd be maybe 2 vaccination clinics in the state, so everybody who wants an end to the pandemic should thank the overbearing power of their federal government this time.
Yeah. Oh.
See, that's the issue up here. We can't do that. The feds can't just set up anywhere they want and start doling out vaccine. Doesn't work that way in Canada.
What do you need to get them done?
The federal government buys the vaccine and distributes them based on population and current numbers. Some places that are having higher numbers seem to get a little more than their allotment to try and help. But that's it. After that, the federal government is done. It's up to the provincial government to vaccinate and store and all the logistics.
And they're slacking?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Bureaucrats, huh?
No, it's all politics, man.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So how hard is it to get one there? Just depends where you are.
Well, the thing that nobody talks about is, they have some announcement, we've moved to the next group eligible. You'll be able to book online in 2 days. And then 2 days come, and then what? You got to wait another 2 weeks? They just got really shitty methods of getting shit done. It's like they're not really too concerned about high efficiency.
Yeah.
They put these sort of booking systems on tiny servers, and they only go so fast. And there are people in Ontario that are trying to book a vaccination online, like the government told them to, and they're doing it online, and it takes a couple hours online to get a fucking vaccination appointment. So they're
proving all the Americans right now who say our healthcare is superior to Canada. They have to wait months and years to get in there.
I'm sure it can be massaged that way, but it's got nothing to do with the healthcare. It's got everything to do with the politics involved. That's it.
The world would be better without politicians. I say it every time. And these people go out and do what? They vote for politicians. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? So, yeah, there was something else I was thinking. I just can't remember what it was.
Must have been really important then.
It's connected to something you said or something I said or something.
I don't know. Could do sponsors.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember what it was. Damn reefer. Sponsor time. Oh, Lord, I gotta... Sponsor music, hang on. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I hear it.
It's echoing really bad in my world here.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering when you went to play it.
Hang on.
I know.
No, I thought maybe I could stop the echo. It's just driving me crazy. Sorry. Go ahead with the
No doubt.
sponsors.
All right. Well, old favorite, tried and true, nothing special, but still, it is special. Gorilla Glue 4.
Nice. And I'm doing wax dabs of pink mimosa. I love pink mimosa when it's around. It's wonderful. Oh man, another successful show, Glenn.
Yay.
Eventually, each show, the amount of time we spend talking about technical difficulties should be smaller until we're only spending like 5 or 10 minutes talking about it each show. So something to look forward to. I can't with this music. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, kill it.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's Twitch, man. Something to do with Twitch. Twitch or OBS.
Twitch, OBS.
I don't know, man.
Hello. See, that's what I hear. That's wrong.
That
You like
sucks.
that?
No.
I just put an echo in so you could hear how miserable it sounds.
No, that sucks.
All right.
Let it
Anything
end.
else, Glenn? We good?
No, that's it.
Cool. Well, thank you, everybody listening. Thank you, Celeb Scolder and Judith Poe. Hey, check out Celeb_Scolder on Twitch. He's got an awesome show where he plays music and wears a luchador mask and has cool lighting, disco stuff, and you can't beat it. You really can't. You want entertainment? That's where you go. Celeb_Scolder. I think that's it. Woot! All right, we're out. I'm going to shut this down. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Glenn.